Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Welcome back to the RAISSE Studios podcast, and I hope you're doing well. Today's episode is not going to be that easy for many people, and some people might not like what I'm about to tell you, but I thought I would give you the reality of the situation, and I just really want to help people, to be honest. I know there's a lot of my brothers and sisters in London, especially. I think things are going to get a bit harder in the next few years, and I have a genuine concern for you all. That's why I want to share this information with you. I think you're going to find it very valuable, this information, and inshallah, this will help you and your family in the coming years. So, this video I'm going to be talking about Hijrah to Malaysia, of course. That's really what I'm focusing on, specifically to Shah Alam, which is where I'm residing. Not just myself. There's a few expats here. There's a growing community of expats. Some people from the UK, Canada, Australia, US, and a few other countries as well. A lot of people are coming here, specifically. So this particular video, it's targeted at fathers specifically. So I don't encourage any sisters to watch this video. Maybe I'll do a separate video for you guys. So if you don't mind, just maybe watch another video. This one isn't for you. If the fathers and the brothers can remain for this video, take in the information that I'm about to tell you, because this is very important. And inshallah, this will help you. I have been giving this a lot of thought for the past few months. I've been living here for just it's coming to a year now. So I've been in Malaysia for a year. So alhamdulillah, I have a good idea about the cost of living, how to get here in terms of your visas, how to apply for the schools, what to do in terms of work, etc., etc. So I have all that experience now, alhamdulillah, and I'm willing to share that with you. So the first thing I would say is the strategy I have for your hijrah. It's very cost effective because I know a lot of brothers. So you have decent jobs, but in the UK your money doesn't go very far. I would say on average, if you're getting like 3 grand a month, that's quite high for a lot of brothers. Um, I think on average people are earning probably two grand a month, something along those lines. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Let me know. But from what I have been hearing, most brothers are earning around 2 grand a month, two and a half. So based on that kind of money, I've put together a strategy for you to get yourself and your wife and your kids to Malaysia long term. So the first thing I would say is you need to be willing, and this is the hard part. You have to be willing to remain in the UK, as in you, the father. You have to be willing to remain in the UK, but your wife and your kids, you might have to send them here by themselves, so you can basically fund their life here whilst you work in the UK. So you're gonna stay back in the UK for a period of time until you get yourself in a position where you can leave. But in the immediate term, I would say you'd have to send your wife and kids to Malaysia and fund their lifestyle here. So that includes paying for the rent, paying for the bills, the groceries, the car, the schooling, etc. The healthcare. So everything is very affordable here, and I'll tell you in this video exactly how much that will cost. But this is something you have to be willing to do, and it's the situation a lot of us are in. Me personally, I would struggle to do this, but I know a lot of brothers in this situation right now, and this is probably the best advice I can give you. And it's practical, it's realistic. You're not going to be buying a house here with your salary. Let's be real. So I'm giving you honest, practical advice. You can take it or leave it. And I honestly think you should try and do this by 2026. So 2026 is the year, but by which you should try and do this. Honestly, the way things are looking in the UK, it's not really going that well, is it? Let's be honest. So this is a realistic target that you should set yourself. So by the year 2026, you should actually send your family to Malaysia. You can send them somewhere else if you want, another community. I can't really comment because I don't live in, let's say, Turkey. I did try and explore Turkey, by the way. So prior to coming to Malaysia, I actually spent some time in Turkey. I explored that as an option. I know there's a lot of people in Oman, for example. There's a lot of brothers that have gone there. So yeah, feel free to explore other options, but I'm giving you the option of Malaysia here in this video. So firstly, I would say that of course you continue to work in the UK, as I said, um, and at some point you want to downsize in the UK. So if you're renting a, let's say, a two-bedroom apartment at the moment, your first step is to start looking to downsize to like a studio or a one bed, because your family's not going to be living with you. If you follow this plan, they're not going to be living with you in the UK. It's just going to be you by yourself. So you don't need a two-bedroom house. You need a studio. You can even share a house with other brothers. Think something like along those lines. You need to start thinking, because this will save you a lot of money. So if you're earning, let's say you're earning 2.5 grand a month after taxes. So what you want to send to your family in Malaysia, if you send them here, per month is about £1,500. £1,500 is what you want to target to send to your family in Malaysia, and that would really cover all of the expenses, inshallah. Um, I mean, you can give a little bit more depending on what you're going for. So if you're, for example, if you're looking to get them into a flat, a block, apartment block, 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom, so obviously that would be cheaper than if you're gonna live in a house. So I actually live in a house, so it's slightly more expensive. So depending on what you can afford, I think £1,500 a month is a fair budget. If you have that per month, if you send that to Malaysia, that will be very good for your wife and kids. They can live very comfortably here with that kind of budget. The other thing you need to think of is your initial costs for sending them here. And that initial journey to Malaysia, obviously, you'd want to do that with them. I wouldn't advise you to send your wife and kids here by themselves. You should come with them on that initial trip, get them settled here. You can actually stay here for 3 months if you have a British passport. So you get 3 months visa that you can actually just stay here as a on a social visit pass. So you can stay here for 3 months. You can stay for slightly less if you want, and then once you've done your 3 months, you basically need to leave Malaysia, and you can re-enter again. So people actually do that in Malaysia. So maybe I'll cover that in this video. That visa is an issue. So actually, the two main problems people have here is how to secure work and how to secure your visa. These are your two main concerns for expats in Malaysia. Correct me if I'm wrong, other expats, you can leave a comment in the comment section. But from my experience, the securing some sort of regular income and visa, these are the two main challenges that we have as expats in Malaysia. Okay, so now for that initial journey, obviously you need to think about flights, um, your flight costs. So forgive me, I haven't checked before this video the cost of flights, but I'll do that and I'll put it in the like in the area down here or in the description box in terms of how much a flight would cost. And I'm gonna do this for a family of four, so a husband, wife, and 2 children. So this is really what I'm gonna base this on, because I know lot of brothers, they have this kind of small family setup. So on average, it's just like you have 2 kids, husband and wife. So what's the flight? What's the cost of flights for that? What's the cost of like hotels initially for that family size? So that's what I'm going to be focusing on today. So really, you want to be saving up your the cost of the flights, the first 3 months of living here in Malaysia. You also want to have that saved up prior to leaving the UK. You also want to have your school fees for the entire year, I would say, saved up. And the school fees here for the international schools here, it's not like depending on where you send your kids. Some of them are like, I would say they're affordable still for comparatively to the UK. Because if you send your child to a private school in the UK, you're going to be paying a lot of money. But a private school here in Malaysia, it's affordable, but it's not cheap at the same time. And I'll kind of link in the description below exactly how much that stuff costs. I'll put it in this box down here. I'll keep a box on the video, and I'll tell you exactly how much the costs of everything is. And finally, the cost of the visa. So one of the strategies I'm recommending for people is to actually go for a guardian visa. So for parents who have school going children, so I'm talking about children above the age of, let's say, 4. You're able to send your children to these international Islamic schools here in Malaysia. And with that comes a guardian visa. So I think it was just two months ago they introduced a guardian visa for both the mother and the father. But the big caveat here is that you can't work, which is crazy. I know it doesn't make any sense in my opinion, but this is the law of the land. So you can't basically work whilst you're here on a guardian visa. you need to source your income from outside of the country. So you need to have, let's say you put your property on rent, or you have a remote job or something along those lines. You need to have some other source of income coming into the country. You can't work here in Malaysia on that visa. But this is still the option that I'm recommending. So the strategy that I'm proposing is let your wife stay here with the kids on that visa. She doesn't have to work. She basically maintains the house, she maintains the kids, and she can maybe get involved in the local community projects here, etc. Whilst you are in the UK and you're working. So you continue to work in the UK and you send your money here to fund your wife and kids in terms of their lifestyle here. And the advantages are like, I don't really want to go into the advantages in this video, but we all know in the UK the schooling system is not great. I mean, do you want your kids to be brainwashed by this LGBTQ plus propaganda? I mean, this drill culture in the UK is just getting out of hand. Let's be fair. Do you want your kids to be raised in that kind of environment? Personally, I don't. That's why I left. So you need to make that decision as the man of the house. You need to really step up, and you need to make that decision for your family and for yourself. Where do you want your kids to grow up? So yeah, ask yourself these difficult questions. And I don't expect everyone to agree with what I'm saying. That's fine. You can have a difference of opinion, but this is one valid opinion which I'm telling the people. So let it be. Let people decide for themselves what they want to do. Um, One thing I will say here is in Malaysia, especially where I live in Shah Alam, alhamdulillah, we have a very tight knit community here. I would say the sisters are very good here in terms of they have a close circle of sisters that kind of help each other, they support each other. They go out for meals, they go out for, they get the kids together, and then they go out for whatever, fun and games. They go to their play groups, etc. A lot of them are actually homeschooling their kids as well. So that's another thing you'll find here. There's a big homeschooling community. So a lot of them don't actually go to school. But obviously that's not part of the strategy that I'm proposing, because if you're homeschooling, you don't get the guardian visa. So that's something to keep in mind. So if you're following the strategy that I'm proposing, homeschooling isn't really an option. What I'm proposing is that you send your kids to school in order to get the visa. Okay, so keep that in mind. Um, okay, so yeah. So what I'm saying is so initially the husband and the father come with your family here to Malaysia, help them get settled in, and then after 3 months or so, you head back to the UK and you start saving. You start saving, you downsize, you get serious about saving money, and this is your plan for the next 1 year. So husbands and fathers, once you're back in the UK, you need to put your head down and work hard, do double shifts, do what you need to do to save that money, and within 1 year, you want to try and get yourself out as well. Because obviously we don't want the brothers to be in the UK long term as well. We want you to come to a Muslim land and enjoy the lifestyle here. We want you to hear the adhan and go to the masjid to pray your salah. So many benefits being in a Muslim country. Wallah, it's like uh, just being in this environment. You don't feel. I mean, Malaysia specifically is very secure here. You don't feel threatened in that way. Whereas in London, I don't know about other people, but me personally, it doesn't feel safe. It didn't feel safe to me. Like you have to constantly look over your shoulder. Am I gonna have my phone robbed? I mean, me personally, my car got broken into 3 times. So it got to a point where I just got fed up of London, because London living is just, there's too much crime. So compared to here, some people here that are from Malaysia, they complain about some crime, and I'm like, Wallah, you have it so easy here. You don't understand. So anyway, so try and get yourself out within 1 year, I would say. So 2026, this is the year, brothers, for your migration. And I pray that Allah opens doors for you and makes it easy for you. Keep us in your du'as, the community here in Shah Alam in Malaysia. We'll do our best to support everyone. So I have a contact number. I'll put it up on the screen here. You can see it there, and I'll also put it on the video. You can contact me anytime if you need help. More than happy to help people. If you need help looking for a place to rent here, happy to do the groundwork for you. I've helped a few brothers already. They're on their way to Malaysia now, actually. So there's a few families that are already moving this month. They're coming to Shah Alam. They're from London, Tower Hamlets, etc. So alhamdulillah, there's a lot of people already coming. So if you need that help and support, let me know. More than happy to help out. All I ask you to do is please subscribe to this channel, because I need that growth to help me do my thing. Because I've started a studio here in Malaysia, and I need this to kind of sustain myself as well long term. So if you want to support me, I'll help you. You help me as well, inshallah. So just subscribe to my channel. If you see my videos, watch them, share them around, and inshallah it will benefit you as well. It will benefit your family and other people in the UK. And it's not just kind of Hijrah videos that I'm doing. I'm doing videos on different subjects. So we're actually opening like a channel. So RAISSE Studios is actually it's a channel, and we're going to have different programs on this channel. So you'll see other content, inshallah. So we're going to be, for example, the Eastern Winds podcast. Shout out to Ustad Amir. He's leading that one. So he's going to be interviewing Malaysian scholars in Bahasa, in the local language, and he's translating that and putting it out onto YouTube, so people can benefit from the local scholars from Malaysia, because actually there's a lot of good scholars here in Malaysia that people aren't aware of. So he wants to raise awareness about them. So we might potentially have a sisters program on this channel, so keep an eye out for that. And inshallah, a few others. We're planning to do a few documentaries as well. So it's a very interesting channel. So keep a lookout on what we're doing in terms of our content. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel, TikTok, Instagram. Your support is much appreciated, and your du'as. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. I'll leave it there, and take care of yourself.